Hello. Oh, something's not working right. Ooh. Oh, it is. Never mind. Hello. I forgot that OBS takes a couple of seconds to actually get working. Actually, I'm going to just pause the game so I get my mouse up. Double check something here. Okay, fantastic. Dusty, hello. Grumble. How do honk? Honk is a bit pathetic in this. So as you can see, I didn't actually finish the mission or the contract I started last night because I was chatting to the guys on TeamSpeak and just basically fell asleep. I went to bed and I was like, nah, I'm done. And I am now also on my Xbox controller because I don't like how the keyboard controls work. So there are a couple of small things that I've done overnight. Slept and plugged my controller in. Where's the rest of this tractor? What, the armor track? I love this thing. It's so hilariously derpy and tiny. Like, I know that I like city machines, but this is like peak city. How am I today? I'm good. I'm awake today. I am I'm back to normal. I went to bed at like 10, 11 o'clock last night, maybe a bit later. Woke up at 1. I was like, no, I'm not gonna deal with being awake at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I went back to sleep. Woke up at 5 and said, nah, too early still. And ooh, I don't have my graphics settings set just right because one of the... Can I change that on the fly? Can I change the number of... Oh, that's gonna change. Dynamic vehicle camera's going off. But can I change the number of... Can I change graphics settings on the fly? I can change key bindings on the fly now, which is amazing. Also, that's changing to acres. There we go. So now we should have a... Oh my god. Okay, if you don't like how the camera doesn't bounce at all ever, turn off dynamic vehicle camera. Or dynamic vehicle camera, because... Oh my god, this is quite silly. Mirror signal maneuver. I can't mirror because... Or I can't signal because I'm on my Xbox controller now. And I can't remember for the life of me what the button is for the beacon. There it is. Actually, I'll be selling pretty much straight away. I'm gonna have to have the controls up. Can I change the UI size by any chance? On the fly... Because that is way too big. No, it doesn't look like it. Dang it. So I'm just going to keep the UI up because I can't... I don't know the console controls at all. Or the controller controls. Or being left and right. Oh! Buggeration, you're right. Okay, so I can signal. There's no signal in the world that is... I'm making a U-turn here, deal with it. I am going to change my graphics options probably in between the two streams I'll do today. Because I will be streaming again later. I'm going to go for a couple hours now, I'm going to stream again later. I was planning on going till 3-ish right now. On-screen chat is not on-screen. So it's not, and it should be. Why has that happened? Can I force a refresh? Oh, I can actually fix this real quick. Pop out. Grab the link. Restore chat. And just paste that in there. Okay. There we go. That was quite easily fixed. Thanks for letting me know, Paul. Hello, Irish gamer. So I'm gonna do 2 streams today. I was hoping I might even do 3. But see, now I feel like the steering is way too fast. But the second stream today is going to be a bit different because, and you guys, the 31 of you currently watching, get a bit of an exclusive announcement. I have, if you didn't notice in the description yesterday, or even today, I have actually partnered up with Nitrado, who have been awesome and very kind, and they have given me an 8-slot server. So it's not the biggest in the world, but it should be it should be about enough for what we want to do here. And they did say that they can make it bigger in the future. So I do have an 8-slot server. I'm going to be setting it up in a little break that I'll take. I'll take like a 2-hour break at 3 o'clock. And have some noodles for lunch. And get some primary work done on the server. I'll be asking probably Dal, if you are willing to help. You can feel free. Crumble, you can come along and help when we're setting up as well. And what I'll do is I'll set up the I think I might have a multiplayer room in the Discord. If I don't, I will actually set one up, and I'll set it up the same way as Landy's is set up. Noodle sandwich? No, no, just a bowl of noodles. Bowl of noodles, best lunch. I mean, well, not best lunch, because the lunch I had in Paris was delicious. But yes, courtesy of your guys' demands and Nitrado being awesome, multiplayer will return, and the server will be on Ravenport. Should be about sweet. I should be able to do most of it by myself. It's just a case of, you know, it helps to have more hands on deck when it comes to setting up a server. But yeah, that's one bit of exciting news. 5% transported for Field 9. It was 11% last night. I'm slightly concerned that the calculation has actually reset itself. Maybe, but depending on times, it'll be like 3 until 5 crumble that I'll be doing setup. Well, probably like 4 until 5. Should only take an hour to set up for an 8-slot. But that's going to be on, on Ravenport. And what we'll do then is alternate maps kind of between streams. So this is my single player save, and this is going to be kind of a let's play save. Where I'm kind of getting used to the game again. And getting used to using a controller, because that's something I haven't done in about 2 years. And then we'll do multiplayer on Ravenport. So that I'm playing both maps, and you guys get the multiplayer that you've been demanding for oh so long. You tried getting on Andy's but couldn't find it. I will give you guys the server details via Nightbot during the stream later on. And of course, with it being only an 8-slot, it is going to fill up probably quite quickly. Which I don't mind, because 16 slots tend to be a bit more chaotic. 8 slots should be about good. You've not tried Ravenport yet. That's the map I've kind of got a bit more time on. I did some exploring on, believe it or not, the PS4 version of FS19. In the office. So I've got a bit more knowledge of Ravenport than I do of Felsbrunn. Did I pass that dude yet? Surely we've passed him now. Synchronizing simulator. Well, it won't be as bad with 8 slots. That's the thing. It's like less people will be able to get in the first place. So the synchronizing simulator won't be anywhere near as bad. Also, I want to set the tip side to the back because that is the one that makes sense. Yeah, with no mods, it's amazing. To think. Shamrock Valley coming to FS19, I think so, Kirk? But it won't be Oxy's first map for the game. He's already got one very much in the works. As his kind of testy learning map. So he does have a map on the way. He reckons it'll be a couple of months out. But I've seen some screenshots of it, and holy crap. I was saying to the guys on TeamSpeak last night that it's going to be so easy for the likes of Oxy to make his kind of trademark photorealistic maps. And I did give him the information that I had as well. I mentioned in yesterday's or last night's stream that I did have some information to give him. I handed that over. He was quite pleased with it because he was saying that most of that stuff is stuff he's already doing. Have I seen your fast track? I have not, Matt. I have been like super tired, and basically from the time I left the stream last night to the time that I got up this morning, which was about 10 o'clock, I finally decided, yeah, I'm actually going to wake up this time. I was asleep. Or not conscious enough to really notice much. I did, however, without having to read the little note that I have for myself, send an email that I needed to send to Mr. Lissertan. Because there's been a running issue and it's kind of becoming a bit of a running joke now. That for some reason I just keep getting left off the mailing list for the preview partners and the higher tier mailing list. So I shot Lars an email today to just remind him to actually add me. Because he's forgotten like 2 or 3 times now. It's kind of funny. Also, I need to look at the comments on the last Giant stream, actually, because I was reading through the comments on the Giant streams, and like even yesterday in my last night's stream, and I'm amazed at how many people didn't realise I'm short. Like, I'm 5'7", 5'8". I am not a tall person. I am basically a human bowling ball. I am fat and short. I do love how the grain bends. It's so good. Also, this harvester, while it's a potato harvester and it's trailed, is actually really good. I actually like this one, unlike the other one. The, what is it, the Grima one? Is the other trailed harvester? I don't like that because it's too small. Pain, it's kind of... like, I can't say that it will work, because I get a sneaking suspicion that some of the bugs that are in the game actually are bleeding over into GE as well. So I can't say that it will work, and I'm not going to say that it won't work. I'm going to just sit on a nice little fence that I've built for myself and say, try it at your own risk, no promises. Oh yeah, this is much more realistic of a feel than with the dynamic hammer turned on. So much better. Yeah, it's 50-50, I'd say, like, being honest, like 75-25, it should work, but there's no point in me saying, oh yeah, it'll definitely work, and then somebody tries releasing a mod and it's just a horrific mess of broken. Unusual time for me? Yes. Expect this for the next week or so, Bradley, as I spam stream to, number 1, get used to the game, and number 2, just enjoy it. This is the this is the time period where I have the most fun with Farm Sim. because I don't, you know, it's not become a job or a chore yet. It's just me playing a game that is brand new and that I like. And I have to say, I don't like it on keyboard. I don't like playing it on keyboard anymore. I don't like the new keyboard system. It's a keyboard control system. I don't like that, so I am very definitely a controller pleb for a while. Until the numerous issues with wheels have been sorted, in which case I'll be probably like swapping between controller and wheel. I might actually set up the controller so that it can do loader work. Because I know that there are real world like loaders that use Xbox controllers and the like. I'm getting there full time. Like, I mean, I could always stream full time. It's just a case of sometimes I don't want to stream. But at the moment, I just want to stream. I want to play Farm Sim, and I want to, you know, seeing as I can make money out of playing it on YouTube, you know, that's the best way for me to play the game for maximum profits. I get to have fun and I get to make a bit of money while I'm doing so. Not much, but a bit. So that's the button to pipe out LB and down. That is so counterintuitive. Looking to make a functional map right now. Or you're not looking to make a functional map right now. Yeah, it's... I think the best thing to do right now, unless your name is Oxygen David, is to just play around and make broken maps to see what breaks how and why. Like that, it's kind of much like the console controls. Counterintuitive. How long have I been going for today? 20 minutes. Slightly over 20 minutes. Oh my god, yes. That sounds amazing. Fauna breaking, send it to me. I mean, Sim broke the dog while he was over in the Giant's office. Which, by the way, I probably won't use because the dog is still horrifically bugged. I think the in-game maps are great because you can kind of design your own farm, but I don't know if I want to be doing that on mod maps too much. Because for me, the joy of mod maps is like somebody's made a farm and you kind of take control of that. Especially with the terrain deformation thing. I didn't break it. I did not touch a thing. It was Lars and Martin that broke it. But the joy of mod maps for me is like playing around with somebody else's design. And sure, sometimes I'll add stuff in GE, but that's just me kind of customizing the map to my own preferences, because sometimes I want an extra shed somewhere where it maybe doesn't make sense for the map maker to put it, but where it makes sense for me to put it. This is a contract I'm doing, yes. Hello, Blue Inside. Hello to Romania. How long am I going? I'm going to go until like 3, so another hour or so. And then I'm going to cook myself some noodles for lunch. Have them and get set up for tonight's stream. Which I might start early. It really depends on how long it takes me to have the noodles and get all the stuff set up. Hello, Yanis. Yanis, you're probably in shock that I'm number 1 awake at this hour and number 2 actually streaming at this hour. But I'm going to go until like 3-ish. I might continue a bit past 3. Then I'll go for food, because fat man need food. And then I'll come back this evening with a multiplayer stream, because I have been... I have, in the last 24 hours... This is what I was sorting out last night, by the way, what I was so very vague about. One of the things I was vague about. There's another thing that I've been vague about that still is staying vague for now. But I was in talks with Nitrado last night. And they've been very kind, they've given me an 8-slot server and partnered up with me to provide me with a server, so I will be... Yeah, that's the downside of my stream layout, Ben. I need to maybe figure out some stuff that can improve it. It's the evening after Landy or before? Before and possibly after, if I go after Landy as well. It will be on Felsbrunn again, because I'm going to alternate stream by stream. But this afternoon stream, this evening stream, at my usual time, will be multiplayer, courtesy of Nitrado. Who, by the way, just have, like... I did have an offer from another provider from a couple of weeks ago that I intentionally didn't get back to them with, because Landy basically said to me, you know that Nitrado is probably going to come after you after the Giant streams, and in fact I met with the CEO of Nitrado over there, so... Or at least I've been told he's the CEO. I met with somebody from Nitrado. And, yeah, he hooked me up pretty quickly. And last night, the only reason it took me until last night to get everything set up was because I couldn't remember my login details for Nitrado. And I didn't want to make a new account. So, if you want a server, for a really good price for a really good server, there's an affiliate link in the top of the description, or even in the channel banner, that you can use. nitra.do/RainbowDave. Because I've got my own custom URL and all. See, it's all very fancy and very official. This is a great little... I really like these trailers. Like, this is a lot bigger than I probably want to use myself for, like, non-farm sim work. If I was doing this in real life, I'd probably have just the double layer. But it is just a good trailer in general. Like, you can reverse it super easy. It's... Does it have... Yep, it's got the air hose linked up to the tractor. It's got everything just working perfectly in FS19 spec, and it's all that you really want in a trailer. It holds a decent amount of grain, or crop in general. And, see, look, Crumble, I'm signalling badly, so I was already halfway across the road. Whoops. Yeah, like, between this and the Hurliman trailer, I think it is? What is it? That's the wrong button. No, Fortray HW80, I much prefer the Strautmann. Like, between these two. Of course, if money was no object, I'd have gone for the Farm Tech. But, like, between these two, the Strautmann is definitely my preferred one. The only downside is because the trailer is quite small. It is basically just one load of potatoes per trailer. Pain, they never did. Auto off turn signals was a mod. They never turned off automatically. Like, that's one of the many things that you just kind of forget are modded. When you're so used to playing the game a certain way, and you're just like, oh, that's not a thing in the base game, isn't it? It's like me and drive control. Like, I've been arguing with the keyboard controls because there's no drive control for the last, actually since I started playing it. That's why I'm on controller now, it just makes more sense to me at the moment. What else I miss is GPS. As you may notice, I'm not very good without it. Hello, Chris. How are we now? The armor track reminds you of Belarus. I guess, yeah. It's kind of a, in the nicest way possible, cheap, cheerful, and basic. The armor track. You know, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that this beautiful 6R does. And I did want a 6M, but I couldn't afford it. But you know, this 6R has a lot of bells and whistles, and I'm sure somebody's going to add IC to it eventually, which makes no sense. There's no, honestly, like, don't get mods that are coming out right now. Other than the mod host, or the mod hub mods, they're all going to be broken. And there's probably a reason that, you know, there's not much after coming out. You know, there's probably a reason Giants Editor isn't officially out yet, and it's probably that there's an in-game issue that's based on GE. Or there's a GE issue based on one of the issues that are in-game still. So you might need to wait for GE for a couple of weeks until the next, you know, the patch is out. Hello, Greek person whose name I can't read because I can't read Cyrillic lettering. I'm not going to even try because I would butcher it regardless because I don't even know what the letters represent. I do see a couple of epsilons though. Coffee time, fair enough, Crumble. How do you set cruise control in this? Because I want to grab... You had a 1.7 gig patch. Yeah, that was the day one patch. There's still a few issues in the game that will need like a 1.2 patch to fix. I've just unplugged my controller by mistake. There we go. Gone are the days when I have to restart the game when I did that. So I'm kind of still learning the controller inputs for the game. And so I've got the controls up at the moment. So what do you guys think of the game now that it's out for a couple of days? Or at least a day. Are you guys enjoying it? Where was I this time yesterday? It's what? 3:06. I was actually, Ben, in Paris, queuing up to board the flight back to Cork. So I'd been on the move for quite a while at this point yesterday. Like that's the insanity of this week, that last week has been for me. It's like, I was talking to my dad about it on the drive home. I was like, the travelling is nice because, you know, you get to go and see interesting things and go to new places. But the worst thing is the length of the days that I've had. Like the day going out was, I think it was well over 18 hours of just like constantly needing to do things, and I didn't sleep particularly well the night before, so I was just wrecked. I think yesterday was just basically 12 full hours of travelling. So just, you know, oh dear. Lethian, by the way, says he doesn't like the new honking. it just seems very aggressive and obnoxious. Hey, Oxy, how you doing today, dude? Hopefully the info I gave you last night will help, because I think that was all I was actually told. Helps if the harvester is lowered. I'm pretty sure that was all I was really told, was just the stuff that I told you. And Dusty, for your benefit, I don't even know why I decided to keep it secret. The easiest way to get maps and stuff up on the mod hub is to use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't go trying to do any super fancy stuff. Keep all the textures and everything tiny and as small as possible, and like use Oxy's new method, which he can tell you if he wants to. Wouldn't it have been easier to lease the self-propelled one? To lease it for this job, yes. However, I actually will have a field of my own that has potatoes to harvest in the very near future, so I'm actually comically doing a potato and sugar beet farm to a certain extent. The way this is working out is I'm going to have basically all the equipment fairly quickly. Because I have this mission, or this contract, and I've got a field of potatoes and a field of sugar beets to do once this is done. I'm only really doing this so that my own fields have time to grow and to mature. Also because I realized that I actually need a... I need a house. You fancy? Actually, Dusty, that's a good point. You might not have the hard time getting your stuff on the mod hub. Keep accidentally honking the horn. Hello, Julian and Luke. Hello. How's my day? My day is good. I've had breakfast. I had a microwavable fried breakfast this morning, as well as my traditional cup of coffee. I tried to use the Tassimal that we have, but I have no idea how on earth to use it, so I just reverted to old-fashioned coffee style. What difficulty to start this save game on? Farm Manager mode, Yanis, it's in the title. I have been very smart and put the map and difficulty level into the title for this, because it is a bit different now in FS19, with the difficulty really determining how the game plays. Hey Joseph, how's she gotten? She gotten good. I'm actually fully awake today. This is a nice rarity because I slept for, oh god, like nearly 12 hours last night. And I needed that amount of sleep. It's possibly way too long, but at the same time, it's just one of those things where I realized that the absolute best thing I could do is just sleep way too much. I think my voice is still kind of a bit weird. And I know that it's still kind of like morning voice, and it might be like that for a couple of days. Just because of the sheer amount of dry spaces I was in. Hey GD, how you doing, dude? Trucking away again while watching this? Very nice, Bradley. So what's your, like... I know I've got my favourite bits of FS19 so far, and it's definitely, like, multiplayer focused. Oh yeah, James, loved it. Apart from the fact that, like, the first two streams I was on, I was not me. And even, like, Landy was really tempted to send Liz a message and just say, dude, that was not Dave in the first two streams. Like, apologising for, like, me having just complete shell shock. I think Witchy already explained a couple of things maybe to Giants. I get the feeling she did. Because she knows a few things about me that you guys maybe don't. Nothing hugely bad, but just reasons. Actual legit reasons that I was kind of a bit weird and not myself over in Germany. Paddleface is a lot better, yes. Love the missions, great game starter instead of having money cheats, absolutely. Hope the new Honda 8340 makes a return as a mod. It'll probably return as a mod from somebody or other. I hope that if somebody does mod it in, that it is modded in well, and not just a really quick bad convert from FS17 up without changing anything. I think it'd be great if you know, whoever put it in, whoever puts it in goes to the effort of having it be using the material system and using all the new stuff. I'm finding the game. I'm gonna be honest here, and this might shock some people. I wasn't too gone on 19 at first. I kind of kept this a secret, but I wasn't 100% gone, like overly convinced by it the first couple of times that I played it. And I think it was just because it was on saves that I didn't need to care about. And with mouse and keyboard, I actually think that controller is actually the best way to play this game now. But now that I've got a save that I actually do care about and that I'm, you know, trying to make an effort on, my opinion's done a complete 180. I know that some people are pooping on the game for no good reason. Or what I see as no good reason. They clearly think that their reasons are good, but my disagreement could not be much stronger with what they think. I think the new vehicle physics are amazing. It's much more difficult to flip stuff now. Much easier to unflip stuff. Heartless, the GCB from FS17. Yeah, a lot of the stuff from FS17 base game that isn't in FS19 currently is going to be released as mods. If I could choose any brand for DLC for FS19, what would it be? That is a really good question. Any brand in the world. I'm gonna go back to what I was saying before the game even came out. I would love to see a DLC that isn't one brand. I'd love to see a DLC, and I really hope that this happens, because this would be the best DLC Giants could possibly bring out. Is a small farms DLC, or like a kind of a regional DLC for like UK and Ireland, where it's, or not even UK and Ireland, but you know, just anywhere in the world where it's not one brand, but it's a mix of different small brands. You know, small brands DLC. Because while it's great to have John Deere and Massey Ferguson and Case and New Holland and MAN trucks. As I was apparently told, it is MAN, not MAN. And all these huge brands in the game. How awesome would it be to have a DLC that is just, you know, stuff. And I'm going to name a few Irish brands here because they're the ones that I'd know straight away. Just like, you know, McHale, Kane, Kane Trailers, you know, small brands that maybe you couldn't bring out a full DLC for, but if you if you put 5, 6, 7 of them together, you get this really big DLC with a lot of equipment and a lot of new brands in. And a small farms DLC for smaller equipment would be very nice as well. I kind of think that FS19 it has moved a bit more towards a larger bias for equipment, but at the same time, that's the way farming worldwide is going. So I'm not entirely sure if I like that or dislike that. It's kind of a realistic representation of the way farming is going overall. Yeah, well, somewhere with that terraforming tool that Giants are working on, that's going to be awesome. If you're enjoying the stream, by the way, guys, I haven't plugged this yet. If you are enjoying the stream, feel free to hit the like-a-rooney button. And if you haven't subscribed, why the hell not? Give me an old sub, guys. While you're down there hitting the like button, because I mean it's right there. If you hit the like button, the sub button's like right next to it. There's a lot of problems, but I kind of see them as, oh my god, the birds! This is the first time I've actually had a chance to look at the birds properly. Oh my god, they look actually really good. I think most of the problems that maybe you and I have, Oxy, and maybe not me personally, but maybe a lot of people, is that, yeah, they don't engage with the maps very well. Like, I'm a sucker for just a good map. I don't care where it's based. Like Lone Oak in FS17, I loved that. The community didn't really engage with it as well as I'd have hoped. But that was a fantastic map. Like, beautifully detailed maps are just where I'm in my happy place. And I think Giants have really gone above and beyond to make these the two maps, Felsbrunn and Ravenport, just really well detailed. And I will say, having been to Germany now, I can see why square fields are a thing in Farm Sim. Because, oh my god, the fields around Erlangen Nuremberg area are all square. Like, I was kind of shocked when there were fields that didn't have hedges beside them. And fields that didn't even have a fence or anything. It was just like a field, road, there you go. Is your beloved Zetter the only make missing? Yes. I'm sure there's a reason Zetter's missing. I'm sure there is, and also sure Giants might not want to release the reason, because I may or may not have heard it. And it may or may not be kind of hilarious. Do Giants like Thornton? I would presume so, Oxy, seeing as they gave it a shout out in the multiplayer streams. Like, I was sat at the laptop, in the studio, like, doing the whole getting set up about 20 minutes before the stream, and we're kind of just going through some plans and some, not scripting, but just kind of set things. I said nothing was said, but they literally named in the multiplayer streams, which I'm guessing you haven't watched, one of the 3 farms that they had set up was Thornton Farm. And I can't help but think that that wasn't an accident. So you kind of got a cameo in the multiplayer streams for sure, Roxy. And I think the farm that we all worked on was actually Thornton. But yeah, that put a smile on my face to see the little cameo from you. He hasn't taken the baseball cap off his head since he got it. Nice. The funny thing is like, everybody's gonna have different opinions on the maps. But I really think that the best opinion for Felsbrunn and Ravenport is that they are good maps. They're a lot better than, those birds were in the ground. They're a lot better than the Giants maps have been traditionally. They're a lot more detailed and a lot more realistic feeling, and maybe part of that's down to the new lighting system, which I'm really looking forward to one of Oxy's maps with this lighting system. Like, I can't help but wonder if, like, part of the fact these maps are so much better is because of the new lighting. Because it doesn't look artificial now. You know, this looks like it is a John Deere going down a field on a lovely sunny day with some clouds. And the clouds do help. You have the cab suspension. I love the animations. Like, if you look, can I get this to show? Like, his foot's moving, arms moving at speed, and it's probably going to be something I can show off in the armor track better. I'll do some weaving in the armor track because, like, the farmer even leans. There's so many just tiny little details to the new animations and to just pretty much like a lot of the game that it is, you know, it's very hard to not get distracted by them once you start seeing them. I spent about 10 minutes the other day just weaving around on I can't even remember what map it was, but I'd noticed the farmer leans, so I started weaving in and out of things. Is there not coming? I would say not. From what I know, probably not. But what I know is not something to put out there. Hey, Oron! Still haven't changed your name back, have you? Now I know how Chris the Irish Gamer feels like streaming at 1 o'clock and it's... or 2 o'clock. And having like 50 people in, or however many people in. It's awesome. What happened to Suntovka? That just got phased out. Games usually, or the maps of Farnboroughs usually only last like 1 or 2 games. Like Westbridge Hills was 13-15. Sosnovka was 15-17. Estancia La Pacha is 17 and 19, even though it's released as a mod this time, but it's still, I'm going to count it as kind of semi-based game. And that's just the kind of a thing. They're always changing how they work with maps. Like there was a time, FS13 was kind of a highlight of this, where there was just one map. For a while, the only map you could play was Hagenstadt. Like Chris, I was saying, I know how you feel now, like streaming in the mid-afternoon times and having decent views. Don't I might have to modify my stream layout? I am probably going to do some tweaks to it, which is frustrating because I quite like the layout now. And it's probably just going to be that I'll shrink the game down a bit or something. Just so you can see how full things are. Seat suspension's done really well. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you can see the farmer bouncing up and down inside the tractor is just like one of those little things you wouldn't notice, but it's great. I think Gleaner would be a good brand. Gleaner wouldn't be too bad. They are actually used in Australia and I think Russia as well as the US. But they are more based towards much larger, kind of industrial-sized farms. I'm just going to zoom out so the sounds go down a bit. But huh. Sorry, it's just taking another look at the armor track here. I know there's a guy about 10 miles down the road from me owns one of these, and I've seen it. I've seen this thing in real life, I've just realised. Am I going to finish this contract? Yes. I know that it's slow going, but there's nothing else I can really do at the moment. Scream is just great in your opinion. Yeah, it is good. Hey, CD. Hope I didn't upset you with the little tips and tricks and hints I was sending you on Facebook, because I know the last bit aimed specifically towards you, knowing that you can get a bit you can get very easily offended by some stuff. I think it's fair to say that. You know, that was just literally aimed at you to let you know that there's no vendetta. There's vendettas. There's a vendetta against one modder for sure now. Because they have been basically like shouting constantly that why didn't I get a game key? Well, it's because, and I mean no offense to both you or Oxy when I say this, if a modder doesn't get a key, that means the mod is delayed by a day. If a YouTuber doesn't get a key, that affects the YouTube channel for months, if not the entire cycle of the game. There's a ripple. And that's why the YouTubers got keys. Plus, YouTubers are also just promotional tools for the likes of Giants. And, you know, that's the cynical reality of businesses. YouTubers are promotional tools. We advertise the game for them, we get small rewards in the form of, you know, the game early so that we can advertise more. I can... yeah, but especially after the issues you had in 15 CD, I felt it was worth letting you know that there is no vendetta against you or anybody on the mod hub. It's just that, like, everything has very specific ways that it needs to work for them to accept it. They're enjoyable rewards. They are. I mean, they're good rewards personally, because we all love farm sim as YouTubers. We wouldn't do it as much as we'd do if we didn't enjoy the game in the first place. Giants know that we are kind of super fans of the game, because we spend the entirety of the 2-year cycle playing the game. It wasn't even CD, it wasn't GE they were wanting early access to, it was the game! Which made even less sense. Like, GE early access, that would make sense, because it would mean mods are becoming out a bit faster. But no, these guys weren't complaining about GE early access, they were complaining about not having, well, this one person specifically was complaining about not having the game as a whole, which I don't know what difference that would make to modding. GE surely would have been much more logical to complain about. Like, I was talking to Blizzardtown about it, and I literally said that much to him. Was like, I don't get why this dude is so belligerent and so angry about not having the game. Like, not having the game shouldn't matter to modders. It helps, sure, and I know it helps if you know how the game works. But having it early won't matter if the game has issues, or if there's something that, you know, you can't learn until you get G. Yes, Crumble. That's the way that it works now. So you do actually need the game to make mods now, but, like, to learn how it all works, maybe not. Spill the beans, who is it? I'm not gonna spill the beans who it is. I don't wanna cause needless drama, or send hate to somebody, or cause some sort of argument. All I'll say is that there is somebody out there, a modder, who has quite annoyed Blizzardtown, and I think Giants as a whole, by being a belligerent idiot for, like, complaining constantly that he didn't get the game early, which he didn't need to. Hey Steve, the Farmer in Chronicle, how are you guys doing today? You doing good? Oh, he's definitely off the Christmas list. And I should add that it's not somebody that I talk to, before people kind of think up that it's somebody that I know. You love Drama Crumble, yes, but I hate the amount of just aggro it causes. It's fun to watch, but not to be a part of. It's mad. Totally mad. I'm doing good, Steve. Thank you very much for asking. Hey Kieran, how you doing today, dude? Just thought, Americans, you must be loving the fact that I'm live so early, because usually I'm live just as you're, like, at noon or something your time. Or maybe a bit late, like around noon Eastern, I usually go live, so I'm sure there are a couple of American people in here watching me before school or work or something. So, unintentional bonus is me just wanting to have an early stream today. I will be back live on my usual time. Yeah, CD, you know who I'm on about. You know who I mean. And it's just like, ugh. Early's much better. I prefer being live at my usual time because it's the time that I'm used to. And I will just revert to my usual time eventually, but I'm just kind of, I want to play the game a lot more. 12:30 in the morning in Australia. Yeah, I don't think there's any time I can stream that is convenient for Australians. Hey, Hector, what's up? Not a whole lot, just doing a potato contract, which may be ill-advised because this field is quite large. But I need money, and I need something to do while my actual fields grow. So I figured doing a potato contract would not be the worst idea in the world. Most schools in America are on Thanksgiving. Oh yes, I forgot that's tomorrow, isn't it? Thanksgiving? Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. When I'm usually live, it's lunchtime for you. Awesome. You stayed off school. Don't stay off school, guys. Like, I know there's people that took time off work, but that's time that there's, you know, that's holiday time. They still, I think, get paid a certain amount for it. Don't take time off school. That is the single most important thing in your, like, in your entire life. School is the most important thing. Because if you don't do well in school, there's a very good chance you will not get a good job when you're older. Yeah, I'll told Lars how I felt about that guy. Because it was a nonsensical complaint he had. Am I a fan of McGregor? No, I think he's a prat, quite honestly. He's got the personality of a cactus. Which I say about quite a few people, but it's usually just how I feel about them. You had this week booked off. Oh, very nice, Dave. Best happy coincidence you can have. Getting a GTX 770, very nice, Steve. I would like to get like a 1080 or 1080 Ti, but can't afford it, so I'll just plow on with my 980 for now and hope that it stays decent enough to actually hold up the game. Out of curiosity, I can crank the graphics a bit more. Oh, I'm gonna turn up the graphics after this. Hey, VF. Have I ever heard of Codaline? I've been to see them in concert, Chronicle. I was at, I think I've seen them in concert. I was at Electric Picnic a couple of years ago. Why don't I do a donation goal? Because I hate donation goals, Kieran. Because they, like, make people think that they've got to donate. And, like, if you guys want to donate, that's great. But I don't want people ever feeling like it's mandatory for something. Your 1070 is just being tickled by Farm Sim. Very nice, dude. Myself and Landy have kind of similar thoughts on donations. It's like, they're nice, but they're not mandatory ever. They shouldn't ever be mandatory. Unless it's to charity. Like, charitable donations are super good to do. Let's get this down here and unload the splitificator again. It does look like we're not going to have to do the entire field, which is kind of awesome. But I may need to just have a word with... or put a little report into the bug report topic about the fact that this contract reset itself for some reason. Handling FS19, yeah, mine's handling FS19 and streaming just fine as well. Now mine's only a 980, so I might try and boost up to very high graphics. Because Landy was telling me last night that high was probably about as high as I should go. with the 980. That the higher ones are maybe more for 1080s, but I think his issue might be that he's got a mobile 980. You're playing it very high? Yeah, I'm going to boost mine to very high then. Yeah, I think it might just be that his has a laptop card, so slight difference in actual power. You play on low, Steve? As long as you can play the game and it works, that's all that matters. Like, if you get minimum kind of 30 FPS, that's the game being playable, in my eyes. You know, I'm getting 60, and as a result, I want to boost my graphics up. To possibly destabilize them, potentially. But to get the game looking a bit better as well. Until I start throwing mods at the game and having to lower my graphics settings because the mods start eating up on my graphical memory. I kind of wish that I didn't choose this contract because it is quite a long one. I also kind of wish that I'd chosen to buy the self-propelled potato harvester, but I didn't have the money. I still don't have the money. I don't want to pay out a loan. Dave, that is the best thing. Like, when they announced that, I was just like, oh my god, Oxy is going to have a field day. Like, literally every mapper can just have a field day now and actually do what they want. Instead of having to live within the old limitations of 4 per block. That limitation hit map modders so much more than maybe people even think. Because I know for a fact that everybody wanted to put more detail into their maps. But we're limited by the ground texture limitation. Kind of surprised the train isn't zipping around at the moment. Well, the train is on the go. It might actually be on the way here. One thing that I wish they did was have the train kind of highlighted on the map, so you could see where it actually was. That would have been nice. It is a pity about multi-train angle, but the reasoning kind of sort of makes sense. Like, I would have preferred it being in and just being like, yeah, it's not going to be 100% perfect, but it'll look better. It'll, you know, it'll look just a tiny bit more realistic. I do love, though, how just incredibly well thought out these maps are. Random dog barking in the field. I did notice that. There are just some of the sounds that just kind of happen around the map. The birds I love, though. Like, some of the sounds that happen around the map make not a lot of sense, but then you get the birds chirping and you're like, yes, this is this is the kind of sounds that should be on maps more. Need some sound to it or the map marker? Yeah. Have I seen... oh dear. No. On Ravenport? Are you sure you mean Ravenport, VF? Because there's the diagonal field here as well. I'm going to just scoot around the wrong side of this. Checkerboard. What's going on with deer, do I know? I don't know. I have no clue. Yeah, field 23 over here is diagonal as well. I didn't realize there was actually a diagonal on on Ravenport as well. I think deer might have been dropped as an idea. Oh, that's really nice. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Can you... Silly question. How do... Oh, also, I do have the radio sounds just turned off entirely. But I need to turn off the radio in the settings here somewhere. There we go. Radio's not a necessary feature. Where do I leave the armor track? It's there, fine. Hello, Silver. How you doing today, dude? Diagonal stands the other way in Ravenport. Ah! Hey, Eric. How's it going? It's going good, dude. Just sat playing some Farm Sim. Actually enjoying it now. Because you guys might know, for the last couple of months of FS17 I wasn't really enjoying it all that much because it just became a chore. I was quite badly burnt out. But now, yeah, I'm back to enjoying Farm Sim and just wanting to play it. Especially now that I've decided to go with controller. Buy the land to decide. Wait, Dusty, is that seriously a thing you can do? Can you disassemble the train? Which difficulty? I'm on Farm Manager. This is the. I think this is the nice in-betweeny difficulty. Start from scratch I'll do at some point. But Farm Managers is, I think, the nicest difficulty to start off with. One thing that maybe you guys don't know yet, but you will find out very soon. BGA doesn't work. With my map in its current state, you can see BGA up there by field 6. It will not work. And the reason that it won't work is because I don't own the BGA. You might remember in FS17, if you were watching me then, if you're not brand new from watching the Giant streams or whatever, if you were watching me back in FS17, I always had a mod called BGA Extension active, and basically the entire purpose of that was just so that I could, I accidentally hired a worker. Whoops. So that I could have the BGA behind a paywall in-game. That's a thing now, by default. And you can't switch that off. You have to own the land the BGA is on to use the BGA. You can't cheese it. Yeah, start from scratch to give you 500k. They said it was a loan, but I actually checked when I was doing start from scratch and it was just 500k. Just pointless and expensive. It's so that it's the whole BGA, the whole thing. Yeah, Giants were saying during the streams that it was a loan, but yeah, it's not. I think they kind of got information mixed up somewhere along the line. It is just 500,000 you start off with. You can take out a loan, but yeah, you physically cannot use the BGA without buying it, which I think is good because it limits when you can really start using it. It's kind of an addition to the FS17 nerf of how good silage is money-wise. Like, it's kind of one of those additions that is just, like, moving along the same line of thought that people just spam BGAs at the start to make money. They just mow grass and, you know, use the BGA or cut down every tree on the map to get money for free. But, you know, Giants have thought of that, and no, you can't do those things anymore. If you want to start off with a forestry save, you have to buy the forest. Well, Silver, how many farms in real life own forests? But yeah, you can still make silage bales and sell those. Where is the bale sell point? Because I'm not seeing any, like, icons for selling bales. I'm sure there is a bale sell point somewhere, but I can't see it. A lot, actually. Yeah, it is literally just a case. Maybe you could count it as like buying rights to supply the BGA or something. The barn. Oh, so you have to place the sell point then? That's cool. Okay, everybody owns a forest. Okay. My point is ruined. Because most of the forests in Ireland are owned by Coilche. There's a sell point called the barn. I do not see it. Am I being like blind or something? Am I just not seeing the sell point that is there? Barn is there, but I was just being blind, okay. By the way, one of my favorite things is you can highlight the sell points like this now. Like, you can tag the sell points so that you can actually see where on Earth you're trying to go. Okay, yeah, I've seen it now because I highlighted it. It got it to flash so that it stand out more. You did a grass oh, that's cool. I've not done a grass contract yet. But I think field 30 might be grass. It was grass in a previous save I was doing when I was testing over in Giants. You can do it in FS17 too. Yeah, but you gotta actually choose it on the map. You can't just go into the the prices menu and hit, oh, I want to go to the port southeast. You have to go into a different menu to do it. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, hit the like button. It's there for a reason. If you're really enjoying and you want something to do while you're down there hitting the like button, you hit subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure to turn on notifications, because I'll be streaming quite a lot for the next week or two. You can do that in 17. How did I not know that? I never did that in 17. I didn't think it was a thing. You can do, yeah, you can do grass contracts in FS19 as well. You can, isn't it all crops you can get contracts for now? Basically all jobs except forestry. Which is awesome. That is actually a fix or a change to the mission system that is way better. Smash the like button, already subscribe. Very nice. How many likes are we on? Because this is one thing that is not on the YouTube dashboard that really needs to be, is like numbers. Because that is super duper important. Their epic contracts. Yeah, I need to have a word with Racket and just be like, dude, contract system, absolute genius. I might send him a PM after this stream, actually, just be like, dude, you made an absolute... Yeah, you made a brilliant system with the contracts. Only 33 likes, come on, guys. I know you can do better than that. Reliably shows the likes. Ooh, that. Can I like have it open as an overlay somewhere? Because I don't want to have like another page open on my already cluttered screen. Like it's already, I think, overly cluttered. While that's emptying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tab out a game and do something I haven't done in a very long time. Far too long, in fact. What is going on that I have notifications on my Discord? Landy, if you're here, I don't know if you are, if you're lurking, could you throw that Article 13 thing into my Discord as well? If he hasn't already, no. So it should be unloaded now. Good. Away we go. I don't like want to do anything for like goals. I think it's kind of pointless and stupid. It's just nice to have goals. Article 13, Julian. It's a thing the EU has decided to think up that will basically kill YouTube. Thank you, Del. And it's one of the rare times that I'll allow politics. Because politics isn't generally allowed here for reasons of it will start arguments. Article 13 is so dumb that it can't possibly be argued. Don't think Landy's here. Yeah, he sometimes lurks, sometimes doesn't. I think he's recording. Just because somebody's not in chat doesn't mean they're not here, by the way. Like, Landy has a habit of lurking, Oxy has a really big habit of lurking, Mr. MadXJS goes off and runs away and does some cooking and stuff while he's watching streams. But he's lurking, always watching, or listening, as it may be. I do like the interior views now. The sound of the armor track is amazing. Like Dagwin. To be fair, Dagwin lurks for a different reason. Dagwin lurks because he doesn't want to derail streams, and I hate the fact that he feels that way. I hate that he feels that if he talks on a stream he'll derail it and make it all about him. I'd like to think that people are maybe a bit more mature than that, other than everybody saying hi to him. You're watching the... Oh my god, Silver. You need to record video of that and like put it into Facebook somewhere, because I want to see the red arrows. It's a real shame he feels that way. Like, I'd love for Dagger to feel like he could come in and just chat with everybody, but you know, as much as I hate the fact that he feels that way, I know that he's probably right that everybody would just start nattering at him and the chat would be derailed horrifically. Because also Dagger? What's it? What do you mean, Julian? Dagwin like comes into streams and he lurks because he feels like if he talks, and you see it when he appears in Landy streams or in any streams, everybody just like talks to him instead of like talking to whoever's streaming. Which it sucks that that's a thing that people do, but unfortunately Daggerwin's big enough that that's what happens. And that's not his fault. It's totally not his fault, and I blame the viewers. That tree is crooked. The trees aren't perfectly straight. That's awesome. Would you be... Yes, you'd be better getting a monitor than using a TV, dude. FS Gaming monitors are just better to play PC games on than TVs. I have used a TV in the past, and when I stopped using like proper dual monitors, there was a massive difference in quality. Hey Hector, how am I enjoying the game? I'm enjoying it a lot more now that I'm using my Xbox controller, quite honestly. I know that might sound weird, but the keyboard controls just disagree with me quite badly now. I don't find the game as enjoyable as I maybe should with the keyboard controls. So I feel like it's better played with controller now than keyboard. Silver, the coloured smoke is a hell of a lot more expensive than the white smoke, which is why they only use white when practicing. You've £120 to spend on which one would you suggest? AOC and BenQ monitors are pretty good. I've got 2 AOCs myself. And they're pretty damn good. Spend a decent bit of money. Millennium, I've not tried with my G27, but I don't want to even run the risk of having all the issues that people have been talking about. So I'm gonna wait until the 1.2 patch. 1.2 would be my guess, when the controller issues are resolved, or the wheel issues are resolved. 224-inch monitors are very fancy. I've got 21.5 inches on each, and I think they're kind of the perfect size. Hey, Farmer Dan, how you doing today, dude? Chat's moving at a decent pace. I like the pace chat's moving at. You can get 2 very good monitors for £120. Just make sure that they can take whatever output your PC has, because otherwise you end up in the situation that I'm in, where I've got like different adjusters and adapters everywhere. Yeah, AOC monitors are really good. They're good value for money. Hey Jonesy, how you doing today, dude? I have not had any issues so far, Grumble. I've just been harvesting and tipping the potatoes away. And missing bits here and there, but not as much as I usually would. I'm at maximum monitor for my desk. Like 2 monitors is the absolute maximum I can have. If I were to go up to 3, there literally wouldn't be space for it. Because where the 3rd monitor would go is where I've got my stream deck. Where I've got sounds like this.
Do a barrel roll!
What would be the best monitor? Any monitor? Like, the monitors wouldn't matter. Am I on Twitch? Not at the moment, David. I will be resetting my Twitch soon and setting up Restream again, because I have managed to finally get rid of affiliate. So once maybe not once I've finished the spam stream, but once numbers kind of die down a bit in the streams, I will go back to doing. I will start again doing YouTube and Twitch together. Yeah, the affiliate was the worst mistake I ever made. Jonesy, I don't watch VF streams. I mean this with no disrespect to VF. They're too high energy for me and too mental. I would like the like thingy, VF. If you could, like, shoot that over to me. What was wrong with Twitch Affiliate? I couldn't dual stream with Affiliate. That's why, like, one day just the Twitch streams stopped. Because I literally couldn't dual stream. It was part of the contract with Twitch. And so all I'll do in the next couple of weeks is I'll get Restream set up again. And probably use Restream chat. And just get everything working back again. I like my sub-goal setup that I have now. Because it's actually 2 text files. So I can, like, move the numbers independently. And get rid of the actual goal section, if I really want to. I might see if Streamlabels has something for that. Also, my sub-goal setup has I can use the same font as I use for titles and stuff. Because you might notice I've changed the kind of channel font that I use now to one that I found that is really nice. Any links to a good monitor? Go on. If you're in the UK, eBuyer will probably be your best bet. They're slightly more expensive than others, but the customer service at eBuyer is absolutely top notch. If I could use eBuyer, I would. I don't even know what the big moneymaker is in the game. No, actually. I think it'll take a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months to figure out what the biggest moneymaker is. It's probably not cotton because it is low yield, low income. But it's just nice to do. You're thinking Amazon. If you're in the UK, dude, eBuyer, it's... You pay a bit more, but you get... like, you get what you pay for. Because if something goes wrong with Amazon, there's a chance that you might not get any customer service or not get any help from Amazon. If something goes wrong with eBuyer, they will just go insanely above and beyond to help you out. Plus, their delivery methods are so good. You're in the UK, use eBuyer. Because you can get, like, free overnight delivery from them. Or free, not overnight, but like free expedited delivery that you pay 20, 30, 40 pounds extra for on Amazon. I think it's... I don't know if it's the same as it was like 10 years ago. Not 10 years ago. Ooh, nearly 10 years ago. Wow. But it used to be the case that if you spent more than £50, they would send it... They would give you free expedited delivery. And it wouldn't be necessarily too expensive to get overnight. I don't know if they even offer, but even the expedited, like, it'll arrive the same week that you order it, within 2-3 days. See you, Hector. eBuyer, eBuyer, with the ER at the end. It is, if I was still in the UK, that would be the only site that I would ever use for buying PC components. As it stands now, I use Newegg, which, I'll be fair, the customer service isn't terrible. Like, I do like Newegg customer service as well. But eBuyer is just, in my eyes, better. Apart from the fact they don't ship to Ireland, which makes them instantly worse. It's so easy to eyeball that. Wow. I feel like the new graphics system has actually helped depth perception in Farm Sim as well. Little large. Hey Patrick, how you doing today, dude? I'm not gonna read out your full name, I'm just gonna call you Patrick. So I did say I was only going to go until about 3 o'clock. It is now 10 past 3, so I think I'm going to end the stream here-ish. I wish we had a 6920S. I would have liked to see more John Deere's, a bigger range, but I think the range that we have in-game is great. Hey Twitchy, coming in at a bad time. I think I'm going to end the stream about here. I'll be back again at about 5 with some multiplayer, because I have a server available to me now. And I'm going to go make some food, get the server set up, and we'll be back at 5 on Ravenport on the multiplayer server. So until then, stay safe, and goodbye.